Circle small period, first to death killing it, cashing out spinning it, 100 round extended clip, iced out spilling drip, purple yellow take a sip, fly away and take a trip, pink slip for every rip, circle small period, first to death killing it, cashing out spinning it, 100 round extended clip, iced out spilling drip, purple yellow take a sip, fly away and take a trip, pink slip for every rip, started in a rumor house, popular in Montgomery, that was back in 03, breaking down the whole beat. That's my nigga Roman, he'll tell you I'm a OG. That's my nigga Roman, he'll tell you what he sold me. I got what you need, 8 quarters, half an OZ. Out of space high, all day I'm in the nosebleed. 24/7, get the bag, count the proceeds. Said she ain't to please and she proceed to get on both knees. Told her keep her pussy, all I wanted deep throat 3. Rolling up hot boxes, sweating to the OD. On a all-nighter full of road, getting no sleep. In and out of town, on the road, paying 4 weeks. Plug with the plug, that deal price is so cheap. I got what you need, 8 quarters, half an OZ. Don't get tagged hot as hell, watching for the police. See me in the streets, no nigga, you don't know me. Circle small period, first to death killing it, cashing out spinning it, 100 round extended clip, iced out spilling drip, purple yellow take a sip, fly away and take a trip, pink slip for every rip, circle small period, first to death killing it, cashing out spinning it, 100 round extended clip, iced out spilling drip, purple yellow take a sip, fly away and take a trip, pink slip for every rip.
Serving out the crack, I feel like Jesus on that trap again. There's an eagle in my lap, double clip that's rapping fast. I don't need no church, I'm in your booth, I'm about to test the fact. In the jungle pumping weight, nothing like an exercise. Headed to the Rose Bowl, about to rock the stadium. Tripping soldiers like a boss, they asking what I pay for them. Shoot and kill for real, we trying to penetrate your cranium. Police never gave a fuck, that's why we always blaming them. Nigga with an attitude, feel like Dr. Dre and them. I don't fuck with suckers, I don't trust them, I don't play with them. Hit them from the back, I hit the door cause I don't lay with them. Always ready to stop by, niggas bout they pay the skill. Bands on me, now we doing donuts in the Lambo, plenty gun, plenty ammo, gotta get it, cause this man no money power. When I step up, going around like a tornado, gotta plug you from Barbados, eating good, stay for
circle small period, first to death killing it, cashing out spinning it, 100 round extended clip, iced out spilling drip, purple yellow take a sip, fly away and take a trip, pink slip for every rip, circle small period, first to death killing it, cashing out spinning it, 100 round extended clip, iced out spilling drip, purple yellow take a sip, fly away and take a trip, pink slip for every rip. It's 2:32 in the morning. We in the booth high in the motherfucker. State gang, the mob. True sippers. We in too deep. It's a lot of motherfucking hating going on, but that ain't shit, man. The money still coming, these niggas still hate, these bitches still choosing. I'm in the streets daily, hopping out fresh courtesy of the yayo. Got a knock in my pocket, same side as potatoes. The money still coming, these niggas still hate, these bitches still choosing. I'm in the streets daily, hopping out fresh courtesy of the yayo. Got a knock in my pocket, same side as potatoes. Money gotta shine, so money gotta bubble. You say you icy, but your diamonds looking super cluttered. I look like a star, call me the Big Dipper. I keep a pocket full of faces, paper ain't an issue. Shawty jockey say look like I'm signed to Def Jam. I'm independent, baby girl, I'm just going ham. She say she love my diamond, she wanna wear my jewelry. I'm a lottery big bitch, call me Stephen Curry. Club pitch black dog, but my chest glowing. I'm kinda cocky, talking shit like I'm Terrell Owens. A Mary Jean, Jordan
12 and a white tee. Look like I'm shooting a movie every day. Call me
The money
Spike Lee.
still coming, these niggas still hate, these bitches still choosing. I'm in the streets daily, hopping out fresh courtesy of the yayo. Got a knock in my pocket, same side as potatoes. The money still coming, these niggas still hate, these bitches still choosing. I'm in the streets daily, hopping out fresh courtesy of the yayo. Got a knock in my pocket, same side as potatoes.
I'm with a white bitch, same color in my kids. If you got your money right, you get them all white bricks. You can tell a nigga shining, take a look at my wrist. Got them all red diamond like your girl lipstick. I got these hoes sick, I got these hater mad. I'm popping rose bottle, I'm rocking Gucci tag. Got a stupid crazy swag, nothing like you wanna be. Some Texas, they Brazil, 2 for 20 up at Applebee's. I look just like a masterpiece. You should hang me on the wall when she wants some dope dick. I'm the one your bitch can call, getting money all year. Winter, summer, spring, and fall. Nickname shout it low, nigga, I done it all. State game.
The money still coming, these niggas still hate, these bitches still choosing. I'm in the streets daily, hopping out fresh courtesy of the yayo. Got a knock in my pocket, same side as potatoes. The money still coming, these niggas still hate, these bitches still choosing. I'm in the streets daily, hopping out fresh courtesy of the yayo. Got a knock in my pocket, same side as potatoes. State gang, the mob, we in too deep. MoneyBoy Trey, Looney Tune melodies. Let's go! I can take a bitch if I want. Take her down, send her back in the morning. Purple kush, purple drink like Bonnie. Black op shit, got gun like the Hummer. Bulletproof vest, case a nigga wanna harm me. No conversation, he ain't talking about the money. I die about mine, never take nothing from it. I die about mine, never take nothing from it. I can take a bitch if I want. Take her down, send her back in the morning. Purple kush, purple drink like Bonnie. Black op shit, got gun like the Hummer. Bulletproof vest, case a nigga wanna harm me. No conversation, he ain't talking about money. I die about mine, never take nothing from it. I die about mine, never take nothing from it. Hey, little nigga, I was trapping out the Carter. Single parent home, being a winner, I'm a father. Money go get it, I ain't never been a quitter. Had to be the breadwinner for my sons and my daughter. Nigga real fat, blue eyes, 20 pointer. I can take a bitch if I want it. Take her down, send her back in the morning. Purple kush, purple drink like Bonnie. Black op shit, got gun like Army. Bulletproof vest, case nigga wanna harm me. No conversation, he ain't talking about money. I die about mine, never take nothing from me. State to state, you gon' wait, we're running. Wholesale, get both by the 100. No consignment, no deal, no front. Camera on it, Berlin and stun. Bitch, stop capping, you ain't talking about nothing. Jacking off the trail on the time, hit your bust. Look with the pussy, but you never gotta touch it. Came down the middle, but you had to make a bust it. How you getting money, but it's flatter than your budget? All the player talk, so you know you need to cut it. Sir, you know you need to cut this shit. All the player talk, so you know you need to cut it. Throwing touch and start crying in public. You a bitch. Nigga dick, so a bitch cannot suck. You a bitch. You need to be saying you disgusting. You a bitch. Bitch, you a lame, you a dust. You a bitch. Why you stay sweating? You must. You a bitch. You went from the streets, you a pussy. Oh, need a dick ass nigga. I can take a bitch if I want it. Take her down, send her back in the morning. Purple kush, purple drink like Bonnie. Black op shit, got gun like the Hummer. Bulletproof vest, case a nigga wanna harm me. No conversation, he ain't talking about the money. I die about mine, never take nothing from it. I die about mine, never take nothing from it. I can take a bitch if I want it. Take her down, send her back in the morning. Purple kush, purple drink like Bonnie. Black op shit, got gun like the Hummer. Bulletproof vest, case a nigga wanna harm me. No conversation, he ain't talking about money. I die about mine, never take nothing from it. I die about mine, never take nothing from it.
Hey, no, that's not cool though. That's not cool. Just wanna take me a ride, man. Clear my motherfucking head, cause I can't believe a motherfucker I really cared about, I really loved you at one point, G. Like low key. Like, come on now. Like low key, G. You think it was cool for your friend to get up there and expose everything you told him about me? That wasn't cool. You know that wasn't cool for real. That wasn't what's up. That wasn't what's up. That shit triggered the fuck out of me because that was wacky. You know it was wacky. Fuck my key at. You know that shit was wacky. Let me take me a drive, G. This shit getting out of hand, G. This shit getting out of hand to fight somebody else fight. Especially about people we talked about their commentary and their style of how they do people. You laying me out. You feed me to the wolves for what? You feed me to the wolves for what? What you feeding me to the wolves for, Shib? For what? For what?
So cold, but I'm so hot.
Dope boy.
with them now.
The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. 1,008 gram, headed straight to the block. Pirates, this border walk till it's hot. Listen double up, turn a little to a lot. Right hand on the cell phone, taking orders. Left hand 360, motor to a lot. Blue hollow tips, got switches on the dot. State game, true simplest can't be stopped. Laughing at you haters while I'm thumbing through the paper. Says long at the bottom, won't you meet me at the top? The nigga ain't shit, yeah, I get that a lot. Won't be deterred and I won't be stopped. Shaq Diesel number one, I post up on the block. 24/7 cause the hustle don't stop. 31 flavor, take an order like a waiter. I be selling more gas than a local truck stop. 1,200 strong for a pound to the top. Got me shining, I'm a star. Ask about me, I am legend. They gon' tell you who we are. Fuck these niggas, fuck these bitches. Get money, all I know. No love for these bitches. Never saving these hoes. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not.
When I'm thinking about the past, yeah, gon' get some knots, gang, we at the spot. If we ever was short, then it's back to the block, you probably get shot. Every day's a sudden change, we getting money, that's one thing that's never gonna stop. Real dope boys do what it takes, playing high stakes, living to die. Do your time, keep it quiet, no matter who you are, don't get what you got. Stack it up, that's the bond to stay fresh. Oh, they think that you're not. Take a roll with a hoe, they gon' let you go. Somebody's gonna say you ain't hot. Just invest in yourself, no worry about nobody else. There ain't no handout. If you say the same, put it on the chain. Let them see you ain't tied down. Got a couple rings, did a lot of things. I ain't really gon' talk about it. Give me a trade, get you go. She gon' show up and show out. So don't ask me what a dope at, cause you already around.
The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Easter Bunny Day to y'all. Got a couple hours free. My baby on Easter egg hunt with her mama's side of the family, so I decided to go live because I'm probably going to crash later on. I've probably had 30 minutes of sleep today, and it was disturbed because folks said they was coming to get it and shit, and they was late. So yeah, I'm going to try to come back live tonight, but I think I'm going to be asleep. That baby was up last night with me too. Let's see. She went to sleep at about 7:50, 8 o'clock. She woke up at about 12. She stayed up until about 9:30 and was right back up at 1. And baby don't get no sleep. What's going on, June? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Did y'all like the song? Did y'all like it? it's still wearing on me. I done heard it too much though. I got a slight headache from sleep deprivation. But we're going back in part 2 of Dan Schneider. Now I gotta pull the app up. Y'all know it comes equipped with commercials, but we'll make it through. I didn't get flagged for the audio last night, so that's a good thing. So I might not mess with the recipe. I said I was gonna do the visual. I think I'm still gonna do it, but I'm gonna be pissed off if I get a strike. Cause they didn't fuck with me last night. Hey, home. Come on, G. Show me the. Why is Willy Wonka popping up? I don't want to see this nigga. Okay, there we go. What the fuck? Okay, there we go. Who got the chocolate? Which one of y'all got the chocolate candy? Okay, why is YouTube still open? Okay, why did my screen just split with text message open now? Okay, I think I got it. Sleepy, y'all, I'm sleepy. Why, thank you. It's on TikTok, IG, and Facebook. I don't think I'm gonna put it on Facebook. I'm gonna put it on Bandcamp. Sure, you laugh. Damn it! Now my phone's freezing up. I was just on the max thing, and now I can't find it. Oh, this sucks, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I still no news reports on Dan Schneider there, Nickelodeon. They're still running them up. Is it the damn Max app that's doing this? It was. Good grief. Is this episode 2? Why are we still on episode 1? I don't need episode 1. Good grief. The Max app is tripping. All right, I got it. I have caramel. Oh, you got the Cadbury eggs? Let me go with these commercials. That motherfucker start off with a commercial. It's worse than my channel.
I wanted to be an actress when I was young. My mom had been a legal assistant within the movie industry for years. She knew a lot of what went on behind the scenes and decided she never wanted my...
Hold on, let me, just in case Gabe pulls up, let me put the Gabe background up so he can stop crying. Oh shit, that was funny as hell last night too. I didn't know my partner was still in the chat when I played this song and I said I out-rapped him on it. I ain't know he was in the chat until he was like, I'm down the street. I'm like, ooh, he had to eat that though. He just had to eat it. It's okay, it happens. He done got me on songs before he could fucking sing. He ain't give me last night though.
Brother, to ever have any involvement within the movie industry. So I had some resentment over that. Years later, my daughter Randy was very outgoing, full of life, full of personality.
Hello, Amber. How you doing?
And she was very enamored with television, Disney Channel.
I just want to know, and one of these parents that been sat down with this documentary, have they filed the lawsuit? I'm sure the statute of limitations is over on if any possible sex crimes were committed. They haven't actually hinted at any sex crimes, but they do make it known that dude is a creep. I just wonder how many of these family members that sat down actually tried to sue Nickelodeon John Schneider over this. It's perfect time. Perfect timing for this, the climate for suing everything. I'm surprised they didn't pay all y'all off when this documentary dropped. Well, they probably did, which is why y'all ain't suing.
Nickelodeon. She idolized these shows, and she thought what a fun life that looked like. She had found what she wanted to do in life. Brandy absolutely loved the Amanda Show, and they were looking for kids to be in a schoolroom scene. So,
Brooks, when I end this live, remind me to put out that portion from the live last night where Truth got fired on her day off for stealing time. Remind me to cut that out. I took screenshots of it and shit, but I was up all night making this damn song, so I kind of forgot to do it.
Her to get booked on a show that she absolutely loved. At only 11 years old, she came out of that just on cloud 9. We as parents were not allowed back on the set. We were greeted by a production assistant, Jason Handy, who guided all the kids to where they need to be.
Fuck the clown. I'm so confused by your video. Cause you said that the page got some taken down by FBI message. I don't know if Hammerhead could put that. Well, I guess you could go in and as you do the description for the channel. I don't know. That's weird. But I'm listening to her talking about some certain protected class and that's a federal crime. I could call a retarded motherfucker retarded. That ain't against the law. I have the right as an American citizen to make fun of who the fuck I want to. What I don't have the right to do is to touch their ass. If I could call them retarded, Down syndrome, mongoloid, all of that, I can call whatever the fuck I want to. Corky, that's not against the law. Retarded people get jokes made against them all the time, dumbass. That's why they have characters like Lil Daryl and all other type of retarded motherfucking characters in comedy sketches, you stupid old bitch. I'm done talking to you. See, the truth will be triggering me. But I heard that shit, I was like, this bitch is dumb. And she don't give a fuck about lying again.
Looked like the All-American.
She can think Alec made the page, but we can't. What the fuck? So we can't share the same goddamn thought? Bitch, you said you wasn't white power. Look how that turned out. Y'all said y'all didn't have nothing to do with the Jays play. Look how that turned out. Y'all said y'all wasn't Carmeloose. Look how that turned out. You said you ain't had no restraining order on you. Look how that turned out. You still lying like your driver license ain't suspended. Look how that turned out. You lied like Vito the Don was married and was going through in vitro and shit. Look how that turned out.
My next door. Very charismatic, very charming. When he wasn't on set with the kids, Jason would come out and talk with all the moms, want to get to know about us, what our families were like. You thought, oh, I could be friends with this person. On the drive home, Brandy was very excited. She said Jason started exchanging numbers with the kids and the parents, and Jason wants to email. She thought, oh, this is somebody else on the set that seemed to be so nice, and she would have a friend in the industry. I thought, oh, this is going well. I was so happy I was the parent that could give my child what she wanted in life. About a week after she was on that episode, there was an email from Jason. She let me read it. It was a very innocent email. It just talked about the shows that he'd been working on. After that, they were emailing more. She would tell me, oh, I got an email from Jason. He's doing this, he's doing that. I didn't see any harm in it. A couple months later, she was sitting at the computer, and all of a sudden I noticed she had suddenly shut down the computer completely and got up and ran into her bedroom and slammed the bedroom door shut. And I said, Brandy, what is wrong? She started to cry, and she said, I got an email from Jason. It was a picture of him naked, masturbating.
Oh! Wait a minute. Why did they go back?
It was a picture of him naked. She started to cry, and she said, I got an email from Jason.
God damn,
It was
dog.
a picture of him naked.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, that he can't do that. Oh, and y'all, what did y'all do, parents? Please tell what y'all did. This grown ass man and sent your baby a goddamn pornographic picture. What did you do, white lady?
Masturbating. And he said he had sent it to her because he wanted her to see that he was thinking of her.
Son of a bitch, I'd have killed that nigga.
I went back and forth with, should I call the police? They're gonna think I'm a bad parent because
What the fuck? You went back and forth, and so your embarrassment, and I don't know why the fuck that would fall back on you. You actually would have been a great parent had you reported it as soon as your child told you. Us as parents, we can't see everything. So that make you a bad parent, but you not telling makes you a bad parent. How the fuck she put up? These women putting themselves in the mix all the damn time. This is about your kid and you throw yourself in there. What are they gonna think about me? Fuck that. What about your daughter, ma'am? She just seen a grown man's penis who happens to be her boss. You ain't think of calling human resources a nobody. You had to go back and forth with calling the police because the police were going to think you were a bad parent. So what? I may be a bad parent, but this nigga is sick.
allowed her to talk to this person. I struggled with this, and I finally told myself, I can't call the police. All I can do.
Oh, white woman, you ain't shit. White woman, you are not shit. You put your ego and your feelings, because nobody would have considered you a bad mom. You made this shit up in your head and you didn't protect your daughter. Please tell me you didn't send her back to work. Please tell me you didn't send her back to work. If you sent her back to work, ma'am, you ain't shit.
Is make sure I keep her far away from him. She left the business and never returned.
Okay, cool, good.
The public still has this image.
All right, white woman, you say you ain't shit still, but you're not as harsh of not being shit. This fucker, at least you kept her away. God, dog. I wonder if that email still exists. Why Homeland Security ain't fucking with this man? They got transmission of this. It's still there on the internet. They said it was a fucking email. That shit is still out there in the cloud, in the wild world, in the World Wide Web somewhere. Even if you don't use that email account, it's still there.
Of Hollywood, of this glitz and glam and the limelight, and oh, you have the best career and it's all fine and great. They don't know what these kids went through.
This is Amanda. I sure hope you like my act.
What is your name?
Hi, my name's Amanda Bynes, and I'm 9 years old.
How old are you, by the way?
I'm 10.
You're 10 years old.
I'm 12, turning 13, April 3rd. Yeah! And I'm 14 years old.
And I'm 16. So Amanda Bynes was very, very famous by the time she was like 16. And at the time, she talked about wanting to take on more adult roles.
On Nickelodeon, I had to do a lot of like soft sticky. I was always wearing wigs and doing all that. But I got to the point I was growing up that I wanted to feel like age and like a girl and all that.
She made a few movies, What a Girl Was and Big Fat Liar. So she started to pivot into this different space in her career that's well beyond Nickelodeon and well beyond being a figure of child entertainment.
What I like about you.
Dan Schneider created a show called What I Like About You on the WB with a 16-year-old Amanda Bynes.
And Dan really wanted to follow Amanda into this mainstream success.
but there's already trouble on set.
Dan had a very specific image of how he wanted What I Like About You to go, but he was constantly fighting with the co-creator of What I Like About You, Will Calhoun from Friends, and there was just this massive amount of tension there where the network didn't really trust Dan.
And they stepped in. He got pushed out from the writer's room.
Dan Schneider denies he was pushed out the writer's room.
But Dan is still able to remain on
Writer's room.
Dan Schneider denies he was pushed out the writer's room and claims he needed to focus his energy on another show.
But Dan is still able to remain on set with Amanda in his role as producer.
He just couldn't write no more.
Amanda's relationship with Dan was very close.
He thought that he should be the one to kind of usher Amanda into adulthood.
It's a very delicate transition to make from child star to adult person, never mind adult actor.
What's the cost of fame in your opinion?
People like having to be involved in your personal life. Oh, enough out of you. Yeah.
She wanted to be a grown-up. She still lived at home, so there were some rules.
Amanda and her parents were not getting along. Amanda was dating someone.
He was older. You're 16 years old. You think you're an adult. You know everything. But her parents, being good parents, said, yes, can't do that. And I think she didn't like hearing them. I can't.
Amanda tries to run away from home, and in this moment, she turns to Dan for help. The details are a little bit murky, but we know from sources that the police were involved. And we also know that Amanda's parents are really, really upset with Dan's actions through this. But around this time, Amanda turns to Dan and other representatives to come up with a plan to get her emancipated and get her a new level of independence. This plan takes her parents completely by surprise.
They didn't say I do, so what rights do kids have when they want a divorce from their mom and dad?
Two teenage sisters went to court to get a divorce, not from their husbands, but from their parents.
My child wants to be emancipated. What does this mean? That's a really good question.
I'm not going to even lie. This is white folks. I wish us as some black kids would have told our parents we wanted to be emancipated. We would have got our ass whooped. And we wouldn't have got emancipated.
What your child wants is to be called a legal adult. In order to do that, your child needs to petition the court.
There's a pretty lengthy history of teen stars getting emancipated from their parents. It lets them work a little more freely. They don't have to work.
Our parents, we tell our parents, Mama, we'll call the police. You know what their response used to be? That when I get out of jail, I'm going to beat your ass again. That was the type of shit they said back in the day. I'm talking about some divorce.
Hours, it would have made everybody a lot more money. They could have worked her even harder than they already were.
And she really felt pulled in a couple of different directions.
Now, it was a black guy last night where I don't know if he said that he tried him or anything, but he was saying he could tell he didn't like wearing a leotard, which Dan wanted, and he said he could tell in some sketches the nose that they had on him was a ball sack and all that shit. So it's some black guys. Kenan and Kel didn't say nothing, but they had fucking Kel wearing a dress back then, so they got too, but just not like that. I think he likes girls. He likes underage girls. He's a Jared Fogle. Him and Jared cousins.
Parents, Dan Schneider. Dan Schneider's the guy responsible for my career. She's a teenager, and that's a lot to put on somebody. Knowing that no matter what decision you make, you're going to hurt someone who means something to you is difficult.
Dan inserting himself into Amanda's life like this is really ethically fraught. I think that there is an argument that can be made that he was trying to help Amanda. But unfortunately for Dan, this goes to...
He was trying to be her damn boyfriend.
Court, and it entirely fails. Because of Dan's involvement in this plan to emancipate Amanda, This creates this huge split in between Amanda's parents and Dan Schneider.
This is really the end of Dan's relationship with Amanda, but her transition into adulthood in the public eye will be incredibly fraught. Pretty soon after this, Dan parts ways with What I Like About You. He stays on with the show in name only. Dan has basically lost his ticket out of children's programming. It's a huge blow, so now he has to turn his attention back to Nickelodeon.
And Nickelodeon obviously wanted him because here's a guy, he's responsible for a couple of really successful shows for them. The dark side of that is that it came at a cost to a lot of people.
Commercial.
I did not kill my
It
best
sound
friend.
like a commercial. They said that. Come on. You can just tell the commercial is coming. Man, damn, it's two. This motherfucker 30 seconds. Blah 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 blah.
I see you.
Damn, it's 3. So they're gonna add more commercials every show. Why I can't skip this shit? Man. This is straight bullshit. I should have played the other beat in the background so I could came up with something. What I did yesterday though, while I was playing in the background, I started rapping during the commercials.
Over at Nickelodeon, Dan had been growing what would become an empire, reviving all that with a whole new cast.
The all new cast of all new adventures.
All that made Dan's career. He was able to capture this really lively energy where it just looked like everybody was just having a good time.
What makes it really fun for me working with young people is that it's fresh and new to them. This is often their first or second job. Fame is new, the whole process is new, and they're excited to be a part of it.
Dan was a writer and executive producer on all that, and he was the primary person in charge on set. There is a deference on a television set. It's very hierarchical. Dan is someone who holds economic power and emotional power over these kids. He had so much power, and he threw it around. I grew up watching all that, and I remember the way they talked about Dan.
It's the Dan phone.
There's a very telling scene where Dan calls the cast, and it's like Charlie calling his angels.
Hello, cast!
Hi!
He's parodying himself as a big shot producer.
We lost him.
Lost them.
How about a shrimp?
Okay.
He's being hand-fed shrimp tails, and then the kids are literally referring to him as God.
Yeah, it's not our place to question this. Yeah, Dan's a gosh.
To me, it looks like a moment that really reflects what's happening behind the scenes.
Let's go make Dad proud.
I was so excited, but I had no idea what kind of wild ride
Giovanni's
into.
Hey, you guys look cute. Hi.
I am Giovanni Samuels. I started on all that for seasons 7 through 9. I understood the magnitude of being the token Black girl, but I didn't realize how significant that was until years later.
My name is Kyle Sullivan. I was a guest star on The Amanda Show. It was apparently funny enough that Dan took a liking to me and was like, oh, wow, okay. I was on all that for 4 years.
My name is Brian Christopher Hearn. I was a cast member on seasons 7 and 8 of All That. Every time I booked a role, I felt like I was one step closer to getting my family out the hood. And so it was freeing to get the role on All That. But that wasn't the reality.
The set on All That was dysfunctional. You could just kind of get away with more, like going overtime in ways that were sort of pushing the envelope.
They would be like, hey, can you stay an extra however long? I guess, sure. And you kind of look at your mom like, we're ignoring child labor laws again. Do you know? All right, let's shoot.
I remember we did this sketch, Sugar and Coffee. It involved me and Lisa running around this set and basically like swallow a bunch of sugar and swallow a bunch of coffee. That sketch required like a ton of like physical work.
Welcome, Mrs. Nutter!
They have you come in dressed as an old lady that gets drowned in the sugar and coffee. I mean, you're pouring like pounds and pounds of literal sugar in your mouth, and it's hitting you like sand. And sometimes we would choke.
It was taxing, and frankly, like if you look at the sketch, it's gross.
Ah!
Like it would congeal into this gross, viscous goo. It was weird. The show is full of like these uncomfortable sketches. I think that Dan got a kick out of walking a line with that. But generally, I had a good relationship with Dan. Dan was very professional and nice to me.
Dan had a nicer relationship with some of the other white kids. I didn't feel close to him at all. My time on Nickelodeon played a big part in how I dealt and still deal with racial issues.
We got impressions on what the climate was like immediately. First day filming.
Girly cookies? You're another girl.
They set up the scene like he was selling drugs. And I was like, oh, the black kid gets to be the crack dealer?
Goodness.
And then we're at the end of the scene, and there's a man sitting there who was the producer. Behind him was a young lady massaging him.
That was certainly pulled from Dan getting massages on set, which was weird.
Why are we having adult jokes? Are you showing the kids that Hollywood is a casting couch? And oh, Tracy, I was complaining too much. I became the oddball.
There was a sketch where I played the youngest rapper of all time, Lil Fetus.
Yo. Lil Fetus. Yeah.
They were fitting me for the Little Fetus role. And essentially, you're a fetus, so you're naked. But, you know, they had to put a bodysuit on you. And obviously, it has to be skin tone. Someone said the skin tone should be charcoal. I started to get teary-eyed. Whoever was doing my makeup at the time was kind of like, hand on my shoulder, like, it's gonna be okay. Like, don't worry about that you just said. That was a moment where I felt like, oh, I could go get my mom about this. But also, I know my mom, and I know that she would have rose hell.
I saw things differently than everybody else. Now, ultimately, I did try to tell his agent, because she called me. She's like, Tracy, come on. Do it for Brian. Just shut up. And I was like, yeah, but things are weird here.
The person at the top sets the tone for the entire production. If you run a show dealing overwhelmingly with children, then you are responsible for creating an environment where those kids feel beyond comfortable to tell you that they're not comfortable. It needs to be so safe that your most vulnerable person on set is able to say to you, the most powerful person there, I don't want to do this.
Nickelodeon Studios in
Lawn Dares were the fear factor of Nickelodeon. We would be standing in these two chambers. It was like this ominous thing that was deciding, who is it gonna be? And then it would be lights, and then it would shine on, you know, all the cast members, and it would stop.
Those were particularly traumatic, and they were sort of designed to be. The whole idea was that you would have to do something scary on camera, and they got pretty scary.
I did the peanut butter one, so I had to be submerged in peanut butter. That was weird. But then the dogs come, I'm laying on the ground, and then the dogs, they gotta lick peanut butter off my body. That sounds like some kind of awkward fantasy from some freaky dude. It was really uncomfortable. I didn't like that.
I don't like this.
That's how bruh and black dude. It's how the white women be getting the dogs to eat their pussy. That's the thing. So he got it from somewhere. You're right. It is a freaky thing, but he didn't create it. He seen this shit somewhere.
And when you question it, it's like, but it's normal, isn't it? Right? They begin to teach the parents, this is normal.
I didn't need to have dogs lick the peanut butter off. Jack didn't need to be submerged in a pool of worms. I don't think that any of that was necessary.
There was sort of this weird dynamic.
It be grown folk on fear factor, losing their mind being in tubs of worms, and they were putting kids through this shit. Why hasn't Homeland Security raided Nickelodeon and Dan Schneider? I'm just asking. Why is Puffy more important than this whole network? Nickelodeon, it's Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon got to deal with the NFL. They've been playing football games all season and putting the slime and the animated characters on it to get kids to watch football. Way more implemented than Diddy. Diddy ain't got no artists no more. That's why he keep putting out CDs and shit, Brother Love and all this bullshit. He ain't got nobody signed. Don't nobody want to sign the bad boy.
With it, where they were taking something that, you know, exists in an adult context, like Fear Factor, and like transmogrifying it into kids. When you do that, it's actually like an inappropriate thing to do.
There was a scorpion there. The thing that was most uncomfortable is having to watch your fellow castmates be essentially tortured. If there's anything on set that I wish I could have yelled, stop, let's not do this, I'm out, it's still on their ears. I think that people kind of just look at us and go, you made some money, so what are you complaining about? And yeah, we collect our money, sure, but at what cost?
The environment on set really matters when we're talking about kids, because if they aren't protected, then they're vulnerable to much worse.
As Dan grew more powerful, he became more verbally abusive, more aggressive, more demanding of people.
Dan's presence in the room could change the vibe of the room. Everybody would kind of just be like, okay.
Dan would come down and yell and scream. There was many times where I had to go, okay, you're creating an atmosphere on this set that is not healthy.
I worked with Dan on all that, and then came the Amanda Show, and then came Drake and Josh. When I worked with Dan, I felt like the bar was always being risen, and I had to reach that bar. You had to be as good or better or put more hours in or do longer things than Dan did. And we all did it, or you got fired. The edit bay was like a Starship Enterprise. Dan Schneider would sit in the very back row and make comments the whole time. And they were sometimes very degrading. He would not talk to me directly. He would say to his associate producer, tell her to make this certain edit, or tell her to trim this, or tell her to, or start over, or better take.
Dan was a golden child at the time, and there was always the next show. He would run to the mailbox.
I hadn't heard about him being questioned. Could be, but if it has, I hadn't seen a news story or anything pop up about it.
Monday mornings and get the Nielsen ratings. I think it put a lot of pressure on Dan to maintain some kind of numbers.
I would be editing from 8 a.m. to midnight. You didn't eat, you didn't go to the bathroom. Dan would be like, wait a minute. Can you hold it? Can you wait a minute? So every day was constant pressure to get things done faster. One day I keeled over and I ended up having to go to the hospital. And as I'm leaving and curled over, I could hear someone say, "How is the show going to get finished?" And I just remember saying, "I'll be right back." I'll be right back. And then he promised me a job and didn't give it to me. Not only was this job that Dan promised me given to someone else, it was a younger man who had no experience. I was livid. I got up out of my chair and I never came back. I had enough of promises from Dan that didn't come true.
Dan Schneider
He was
claims
just
he never
an
promised her a
egomaniac.
job. Dan Schneider, that nigga denied everything they said. Oh no.
Everybody is just kissing your butt and the money's crazy. Yeah, how do you avoid that? I don't know how you avoid that.
I still may do it tonight, Brandon, but I'm scared. I don't want to get struck. I'm scared. And they didn't bother me last night that the audio was allowed. I'm scared, man. I'm scared. If I do it, I gotta do it. If I do the visual though, it's gonna have to be on members only because I'm gonna keep it behind the paywall. That may help me keep it from being struck if it don't go out to the world. But that's why I said if I was gonna do visual, it's gonna be members only. Cause I'm scared, nigga. I'm scared.
In the end, I was going through a disaster in my marriage and I was not on my game. And he never pulled me aside and said, "Hey man, talk to me, what's going on?" Instead of giving me the note, he would play little games on the set, almost trying to get me to quit. I was doing an episode of All That.
We were in the middle of rehearsals and Virgil got mad at something. I don't know what the exchange was or what happened.
Stage manager came to me and said, "You can go, we'll shoot it and it'll be fine." And I was like, okay, if Dan wants me to go, then have Dan come over here and tell me that. And she said, "Look, man, you can go." I really considered Dan a friend. And the way it ended and the way he didn't talk to me, yeah, it bothered me.
Got you the
A
fuck
lot.
up out of there.
To this day. Yeah.
When Virgil left, you definitely felt a difference because Virgil was always fighting for us, going to bat for us, making sure we were okay. Virgil was very good about that.
I was excited to start my third season. I thought my dream of being able to take my family quite literally out the hood was on its way.
I kind of knew by this time I was the real
I hear your purposes of research.
problem. Dan treated Brian with caution, like he side-eyed him. And so we're in New York City expecting to go back. We get a call from the agent. She was like, "Come down." And she told me Brian wasn't being invited back.
I was crying because I'm 13, 14, and I've built this family, and now I'm not a part of the family anymore. Like, dang, I didn't even get to say goodbye to my people. Like my Gio, my Jack, my Kyle. Like, when am I gonna see them again? I definitely blamed myself, but I also kind of felt like the times that my mom was, raising hell, that maybe that had a lot to do with the collective decision to kick me off. It was get them out of here. And that's Hollywood, but I wasn't prepared for that.
The day that we were told, in that moment, he grew up and his body language showed it. to show this man protruding out. And that's a man that didn't trust his mom anymore. It ruined us. And you can't get that, like the moment you can't get back.
Getting kicked off the show definitely was the stage setter for a lot of issues that I still face today as a black man in therapy. A lot of issues that I'm currently overcoming, but I feel like everything happens for a reason. You know what I mean? Maybe I wasn't supposed to be on set anymore.
I had no idea what I was saving my son from. It's a house of horrors. No kidding. House of horrors.
You technically didn't save him from anything. You allowed him to do every last one of them damn sketches. You didn't save him from anything. You allowed him to be covered in peanut butter and had the shit licked off of him. Even though you complained, you still didn't say no. Okay, it's commercial time.
Here's a tailgate that's one part swing gate.
Yeah, so. And then see all this gonna be having to go on. If you show the visuals, the commercials and shit gonna be in there. There's too many people that can claim this shit.
Detective from the LA Police Department.
Van Nuys Division officers have arrested the suspected child predator, 28-year-old Jason Michael Handy of Sherman Oaks. Handy has connections to the TV industry and an investigation.
Phone rang and it was a woman on the other line. She announced herself as a detective from the LA Police Department. And she said, we'd like to speak with Brandy about Jason Handy. Are you familiar with that name? And I said, I am very familiar with that name.
Jason Handy, he looked like a goofy white boy from Nebraska. Hey guys, how you doing? Okay, we're going to sit now.
Jason was a regular member of the crew. He even appeared on screen at the end of a number of episodes.
Jason Handy was a PA, production assistant. I remember him being a pretty nice kid.
He was around a lot because as the PA, like it was his job to basically walk the kids around the set, often outside of the presence of their parents.
It's Jason. Lisa and I would have Bible study on set and Jason would join us. He appeared to be this really nice, genuine person. I had people write notes to me like a yearbook. And this is Jason. Keep your trust in God and don't forget me. You and all the kids are why I work for free half the week. I love you, Jason.
Law enforcement had been tipped off about Jason Handy's inappropriate behavior towards children. So in 2003, they searched his home. They find this enormous trove of child pornography. Over 10,000 images of children, including 1,768 images of young girls in erotic poses, 238 images of young girls in sexually explicit poses, and 2 images of girls engaged in bondage activity. One of the CDs included 7 video files of minors engaged in sexually explicit conduct.
The officer said we found Ziploc bags, each one with a girl's name on it, and each Ziploc bag had some kind of token in it. And she said the reason I'm calling is we found a Ziploc bag with Brandy's name on it. And there were letters from her in that Ziploc bag. She had started describing some of the other bags and what were in them. There was a Ziploc bag with a girl's name on it. She was 7 years old and it was a pair of her underwear in that bag.
hope he's dead.
She started telling me that a lot of parents did not want to be involved in the investigation, and they said we would really like to speak with Brandy. I did.
All them parents that didn't want to be involved in the investigation, y'all ain't shit. Nobody's protecting the kids, not even their own damn parents.
Want people to lay the blame on her in any way. But my decision in allowing Brandy to talk with the detectives was that we would find justice for her and that we would get closure.
One of the most disturbing things that law enforcement found when they searched Jason Handy's home was Handy's own journals, where he spells out how he feels about these young children. Quote, I am a pedophile full blown. I really have been giving in to my desire for little girls these past few weeks. And I even struggle on a day-to-day basis of how I can find a victim to rape if I have to.
Eventually, Brandy had to go to court and testify against him. There was another family there. Their daughter was there to testify against Jason. They fell into his trap also. It went a little bit further on their end.
Jason Handy meets another girl on a different Nickelodeon show, Cousin Skeeter. She was just a guest star on the show. They became friendly. And on one day in the spring or summer of 2000, when the girl was 9 years old, she and Jason Handy were playing video games in her bedroom. He kissed her twice, and on the second kiss, he tried to force his tongue inside her mouth. She backed away, feeling uncomfortable at the kisses.
This is what he writing in his journal.
He told her not to tell her mother about the kisses.
He had also told this young girl, I can get you on other shows. So there was that promise of he's going to take her far in this business.
Ultimately, Jason was sentenced to 6 years on 2 felony counts and 1 misdemeanor.
6 years? He gonna learn his lesson in 6 years? Man, how the fuck do drug dealers get more time than the pedophile? This shit is ridiculous.
Involving 2 girls, one of whom was Brandy.
I no longer trusted anybody with children in this industry. I felt abandoned. There was never any apology to Brandy herself for what happened. Everything got swept under the rug.
He was gone. He was disappeared. And folks talked about it a little bit, but there's this sort of like steamroller effect of the pressure of the environment that the show must go on.
Jason was arrested in April of 2003. Just 4 months later, another member of the crew was arrested.
Wait, 2 pedophiles? What is that? What is that?
Did Dan hire these people? Oh, the plot thickens. If Dan had 2 pedophiles, chances are he's a pimp. He won himself.
My fellow citizens, you need to be better.
Mercer got me. I see somebody said they got by one of my commercials. 6 motherfucking years.
There's Brian Peck, aka Pickle Boy.
Pickle Boy. likes to hurt and tease Pickle.
What the fuck?
Pickle Boy was
Like to
this
hurt
like
and tease
character
Pickles.
that returned again and again and again throughout the seasons of All That.
Pickle Boy appeared in every episode, and he's often interacting with a celebrity.
Whoa! Anyone? I gotta get something to eat! Pickle.
We just went with it. Pickles? Look, this is the mind of Dan Schneider. You gotta ask him.
There was this referencing to like, oh yeah, Dan just has a weird sense of humor.
That was like, the pickles don't look like penises to you.
This is a children's television show. Wait, why is this in the show? What is the joke here exactly? There's this weird element of like, they all were able to like pull a fast one and get away with it. And that's like a part of the joke.
Brian Peck worked closely with Dan as this dialogue coach. And Brian is seen as this guy on set who's just helping with the kids. He's very much one of the cogs in the Dan Schneider machine.
I'll see you in hell.
Brian first connected with Dan's world playing small roles in Good Burger and Keenan and Kel.
Let's get these balls a bouncing.
And there are these behind the scenes clips where you see Brian Peck joking around on set.
I'm not just Pickle Boy, but I'm also a trained professional who works here on the set of All That. You can tell by my very important looking headset. I'm sorry, hang on. Yeah, do you want fries with that?
Everybody loved Brian. He was charming, he was clever, and he was around all the time.
We played foosball with Brian. We played Nintendo with Brian. He was funny.
It's also important to note, like, all the parents loved him too. Like, everybody trusted Brian.
I would walk on Brian's back. I guess looking at it now as an adult, that was kind of weird. Hey, Giovanni. Thank you for walking on my back and really cut down on my chiropractic bills.
But there are moments where Brian joking around on set feels a little bit off.
But we were there for so many hours. You get comfortable with people. Until you're not.
I remember at the time, I think it was about like 2.5 years in, everyone went to Brian's house for a barbecue, and his house was a little off. He had a room that was just dedicated to like vintage toys and comic books, and he converted his garage into like a Planet of the Apes shrine. I noticed a painting in the room that stuck out to me because it had nothing to do with Planet of the Apes. It was of a birthday clown holding balloons. And Brian got very excited when I asked him about it. He flipped the thing around, and on the back it said, "To Brian, I hope you enjoy the painting. Best wishes, your friend, John Wayne Gacy."
John Wayne Gacy.
It was a self-portrait of serial killer, John Wayne Gacy. At this point, I'm like 14. I didn't know like the details, but I knew like this guy's a serial killer who like killed a lot of young men and boys. My instinct was like, everyone has to see this. And so like all the parents and the kids come into the room, and then Brian presents the painting again. And Brian actually developed a pen pal relationship with John. He kept like this pile of letters and photos from John Wayne Gacy in his nightstand next to his bed. And he like pulls them out and starts showing them to me. Your instinct is to give someone the benefit of the doubt. If you've known them for that long, even in the face of like this really bad sign. It was one of those like classic failures of group psychology. This man who was like trusted as basically a supervisor of kids is not safe. It's probably just like several months after this. One Monday morning, we have the table read.
That table read was so weird. The energy was really off.
There were people that I'd not seen before. And after we like do the table read, Dan says, would it be possible for the parents to leave the room for a moment so that our friends can talk to the kids?
We thought it was an announcement, like, hey, we're going to go over some stuff.
And this happens just after Brian Peck is arrested on 11 charges of child sexual abuse. And these charges are related to a child actor.
The family reported.
What?
The child.
You sure, Brian Peck?
Good.
And then these guys said something to the effect of like, Brian isn't going to be here anymore. Does anyone have anything they'd like to say? That was one of the most awkward silences in my life. Everyone was like looking at everyone else, basically wondering like, is someone going to admit that like they were abused by Brian?
Thinking about it now as an adult and having the parents leave the room, that was a little sus.
At the time, that experience was really disillusioning. It left a lasting impact on me in terms of how the world works.
We go through enough as child actors, and for us to not feel like we have a voice, that's worse. Because you don't know who you're supposed to trust.
After this like very awkward pregnant pause, the lawyerly fellows were like, okay, thank you very much. And then Dan was like, all right. And then everyone got up and that was that.
Business as usual.
To hear that Brian Peck was a sexual predator, it made me wonder immediately about who was being hurt.
Who it is, when it happened, where it happened, I have no idea.
It wasn't dealing with anybody on the shows or anything, right?
It was a child actor.
Hello.
Hello. I fell asleep. I didn't realize you're going on earlier.
Yeah, well, it's we got about 30 more.
I was gonna say it's almost over. I just saw that.
We got about 1 minute and 17 seconds. So you see the background though?
Oh, all right, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
On one of our shows.
Yes.
I'm gonna try to come back tonight. Hopefully my baby will be tired and wore out from playing with her cousins and things. I told them they were talking about the visual. I told them I didn't have any problems with the audio last night, and I'm kind of scared to show the visual. I don't want this strike, the community guideline. I don't want it, or whatever may come behind. I don't want it. But I can still download the audio. But I'm just saying at the least they can just remove the video. But the worst they can hit me with some. I don't know. But then Brandy was saying it, but I was like, Brandy, if we do it, it'll be on members only to kind of cut down on me getting popped. I don't want to get popped.
One straight. In the straight life.
This nigga look like Elvis. Is that Drake?
Yep.
The one y'all been talking about? Yep. He starts at 3. In response to producers' question, Nickelodeon. Oh, this is the same fucking statement. They're gonna show that at the end of every one.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was part 2. I will try to come back. I think it's only 4 parts. I'll try to come back and do
5, I think.
It's 4 or 5. No, just 4.
4? Mm-hmm.
I'll try to come back and do part 3 this evening. If not, it'll be tomorrow. And we'll probably get through both of them. I don't mind breaking them jets up into 4 shows like that. You gotta get in the algorithm. I gotta have some content. Yeah, some content.
Prime rib looking rocks on Easter. Just saying.
Her aunt says she bring it back about 8, so I could technically get 2 hours of sleep. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm trying to get me some sleep.
Yeah, do it.
And come back tonight. It's overrated.
It's like I don't sleep enough. I feel like it's almost like being drunk.
No, that's only after about 4 days. That's when you've been up too damn long. Now, a couple of days is fine. You don't need but a couple hours anyway. It's enough to recharge.
Well, most millionaires, billionaires only sleep like less than 8.
That's my point. They just get a couple of hours to recharge their batteries. Like 8 hours. I got shit to do. 2. Sleep on the jet.
I think Vince McMahon goes to sleep at like 3:30.
Oh no, he ain't got shit to do now. He ain't got shit to do now. He catching up for all the missed sleep he did over the past 50 years at WWF.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He retired, so he catching up on all the sleep.
Man, poor guy. Well, not poor guy, but I mean, he did himself.
How many of y'all niggas eating turkey and dressing today? Just a show of hands.
No,
y'all make me sick.
My family does prime rib. We do it at Easter and Christmas.
That's what's up. That's good.
Hell yeah.
Ribs. You know, black people, they typically do the Thanksgiving dinner for Easter. So that's what they do. They have a lot of cakes, though. The cakes are good.
Yeah, I could care less for cake. Not a cake person.
Yeah, I go to the family functions just for the desserts.
I get that, though.
Well, I used to. I don't eat sweets like that now. I don't know. Son, you said no cakes. All right, y'all. We up out this bitch. See y'all again tonight.
Peace.
So cold, but I'm so hot.
Dope boys with them knives.
The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. 1,008 gram, headed straight to the block. Pirates, this water till it's hot. Mix it double up, turn a little to a lot. Right hand on the cell phone, take an order. Left hand 360 motor to a lot. Blue holler tips, got switches on the Glock. State game, true sippers can't be stopped. Laughing at you haters while I'm thumbing through the paper. Says long at the bottom, won't you meet me at the top? The nigga ain't shit, yeah, I get that a lot. Won't be deterred and I won't be stopped. Shaq Diesel number one, I post up on the block. 24/7 cause the hustle don't stop. 31 flavor, take an order like a waiter. I be selling more gas than a local truck stop. 1,200 strong for a pound to the top. Got me shining, I'm a star. Ask about me, I am legend. They gon' tell you who we are. Fuck these niggas, fuck these bitches. Get money, all I know. No love for these bitches. Never saving these hoes. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap, I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. When I'm thinking about the past, yeah, gon' get some nice gang, we at the spot. If we ever was short, then it's back to the block, you probably get shot. Every day's a sudden change, we getting money, that's one thing that's never gon' stop. Real dope boys do what it takes, playing high stakes, living to die. Do your time, keep it quiet, no matter who you are, don't get what you got. Stack it up, that's the bond to stay fresh. Oh, they think that you're not. Take a roll with a hoe, they gon' let you go. Somebody's gonna say you ain't hot. Just invest in yourself, don't worry about nobody else. There ain't no handout. If you say the same, put it on the chain. Let them see you ain't tied down. Got a couple rings, did a lot of things. I ain't really gon' talk about it. Give me a trade, get your bitch to go. She gon' show up and show out. So don't ask me what a dope at, cause you already around. The game's so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Same young